Hey, welcome Western Hills. This is great. Welcome to Live with Dave and Bev. Boy, we got a great show today. We don't have any guest celebrities, but you never know. Les Kiblinger might show up. All right. Hey, there he is. There he is. Well, hey, guys, thank y'all for coming. We do appreciate you being here. It is Live with Dave and Bev. We're going to share some news with you. I know inquiring minds want to know. There's lots of questions like, why is Wayne Huddleston growing a beard? That's a little weird. What's going on with Jeffrey Andrews and his music videos? We'll discuss that and get to the bottom of that. But really a big question is, and inquiring minds want to know, can we have virtual coffee and donuts at the Sunday morning service? So we'll see what we can do. Hey, Bev, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. It's so good to see everybody. You know, this is a different time right now, and we're sure missing everybody at the church building. And we're staying in touch. We're all making calls. We're contacting people, trying to just keep that mode of communication open. And our elders and David have done a great job with giving us devotionals and keeping us tied in with our friends and family at church. And I'm so thankful to them for that. And David just wanted us to get together and share a little bit of news, our sick list, and I will try to follow this up with an email tomorrow so that you have a list that you can be praying over for people and that are going through things. So that's it for me. It's good to see you all, and we miss you. You ready for prayers?
Absolutely, Bev. But before we get to that, I will say there has been an enormous amount of complaints that I have gotten. It has flooded my inbox. I've had phone calls, text messages. I had somebody send a complaint via a pigeon that showed up on my front porch. People are saying we miss the Wednesday night meals.
Well, we miss that too. Our fellowship team is just chomping at the bit. We've missed getting together. We're really a small group. Our care group is actually a spinoff of our fellowship team. And so we have really missed being together. We love each person on our fellowship team. We love serving y'all in the line every week and getting to give you a hug and as you come through line and eat with us. And, you know, that's been really a hard adjustment for me and the rest of our team. I know we've missed that and can't wait until we start that back up. So we've been cooking at home a lot, but you know, that doesn't help anybody.
No, I'm sure. The one that's really talked about it is David Driver. David Driver, he has lost 47 pounds.
They are faithful to our Wednesday night meal program, and I miss them.
But we'll get back there soon. It'll be soon. It's just around the corner. But let's talk about I would say let's talk about people, but that doesn't sound right. We just do that at the topic. Well, let's talk about prayer requests. What's going on, Bev?
Well, first thing I had on our list is I know Mozilla is still doing our neighbor to neighbor program on Saturdays, and we need to pray about that you know, the ones supplying food, especially her. We don't want anyone to spread any germs, you know, so we're trying to be extra careful, but that is a vital ministry that we have. And so I just want us to pray for that and to have Mozilla in our prayers as she and Greg continue to do that program. And the ones that deliver, you know, they're in harm's way when they're delivering, so they're trying to be extra careful as well. But we appreciate that program so much and that she's willing to continue that. So let's keep that in our prayers. I'm also really wanting us to pray for Patty. She begins her chemo tomorrow and she's going to have to go back by herself, and we're seeing that probably crushes me more than anything, is that people have to go through things by themselves because they won't let somebody come back. So Wayne won't be able to go back with her, so we want to give her an extra measure of prayer tomorrow, cover her in that prayer. I know she's got God with her, but you know, it still sometimes helps to have a hand hold. So we're going to be keeping.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. So And we're going to pray for complete healing for Patty. We all miss her and Wayne, and we've missed her. She's only been at church once, I think, this entire year because she had pneumonia, and so she's kind of, on all of our hearts, I think. Another one that is starting treatments this week is, and they're former members, but they're still members, are Wendy and Jason Griffin, and Wendy is starting her chemotherapy this next week. And I understand that she's to have surgery at a later date, but the first phase for her is the chemo. So we want to keep them in our prayers as well. And then Sharon Osborne had to have kind of emergency surgery the other day. She was in extreme pain. And so, again, she had to go by herself. And she had a cyst that was wrapped around her ovaries, and they had to remove that. And while they were in there, the surgeon nicked her bladder, and so they had to call in a surgeon for that to fix that. So she really had 2 surgeries.
That's terrible.
But she's at home now recovering, so we're thankful for that and doing better. Sharon had asked for prayer for her aunt who has COVID-19, so we want to keep her in our prayers as well.
I heard about that, and I know also Kevin Lindsay. The Lindsays are one of our newer families from Fairview. I know his uncle passed away, and he died of the COVID-19. And I know that's definitely somebody we need to keep in our prayers. And
yeah,
I'm sure a lot of us know Buddy Victory, the preacher at Berea
Yes.
Church of Christ.
Yes.
I know COVID is kind of going through him and his family and his daughter-in-law. So just a lot going on there.
Yeah. So we just need to remember all those that have the COVID-19 or any other illness where they have to go into one of our hospitals. That's a real concern. And so if you can stay out of the hospital, do. But if you can't, you sure need our prayers.
I hear a lot of banging in the background. You got Les working in the kitchen or something?
That's Michael. He's on a call in the other room, so you might hear a little bit of noise.
He's on his own Zoom meeting.
He does.
Now, I know just a little word about our family. Barbara, who is Susie's cousin,
Yes.
she comes every once in a while to our church. Her dad comes. We call him Uncle Bobby, that sits over there with Susie's family. Barbara had some work done on her hip, I believe, and she fell and broke her femur, and is having to go back in for surgery. And it's just a big mess for that family. So
yeah. So, yes, we will definitely keep her in our prayers. I mean, that's hard all the way around for her. I mean, what she's going through, what she's been through, so yes, we'll be praying for her. Daryl Bates' dad, I think he is still receiving hospice and deteriorates, I think, each day. So we need to keep Daryl and Cheryl in our prayers and that family. Let's see. Pat and Larry Collier are always on my heart because of her back, and she was, working on a solution when all this started, and hoping to be able to have surgery, but they're just managing pain right now. So, let's keep them in our prayers. And Melanie Frizzell, she has the autoimmune disease and has had a feeding tube put in, and she's extremely high risk. So we really need to keep her in our prayers as well. And another one that is fighting, there's so many people with cancer, you just wonder why. Sure. But Jenny Meadows, she's receiving immunotherapy, and I think she moved in with her son, but she had asked for prayer. She has lung cancer, and this is a recurrence of cancer for her. So the only option that she felt was this immunotherapy. So we need to keep her in our prayers.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot. And then, of course, Shirley Robinson, I think she had some tests run that she has run quarterly last week. I've not heard that outcome yet, but I'm trusting that she's doing well. And Sue Henderson, we know that she's fighting cancer. And I saw somebody from church had given Roger a big old bag of groceries.
Yes, he was very, very happy about that.
I bet he was.
Sorry, it was actually also a big old package of fried chicken.
Oh, wow.
I think he was eating the chicken leg as he was going into back in Rebecca Towers.
He was happy. But on another note, Loretta Walker and Leonard, Leonard passed away, as all of you know, last week, and just continue to keep her in our prayers. And you know, they couldn't do a funeral service because of the COVID-19. And so she's going to do a celebration of life later on. So hopefully then we can all hug her neck and but I would imagine, I don't know, but I would imagine she's staying with her daughter right now. And
That would make sense.
yeah.
I know we also need to keep in our mind and prayers about Gayla and Ray.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Yes.
I know that's been hard. And Gayla, I think Gayla's on furlough from her job, I believe.
She's on furlough for at least a month, and so John has been working a lot longer hours at his job, so she's at home by herself. And you know, when you're going through the grieving process, that's a tough thing, you know, to be alone so much. So keep Gayla in your prayers and that whole family, and Ray, you know, but he's, you know, he's there with others. I don't know if they're quarantined or not. John said they had not had any incidences at their nursing homes so far. Certainly tragic, the nursing home up in Gallatin that we've all been hearing about. So let's keep that group of people in our prayers as well. I really wanted to pray for our, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, we just need to pray for our whole church.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
You know, we miss being together. We do miss the Wednesday night meals. I'm just, you know, we're picking on each other, and we miss those classes. We miss the sermons. Definitely miss the sermons. Miss the singing and the fellowship, the meet and greet, the coffee and the donuts. We need to keep giving. I know that's really important.
Yes.
We hope to have, I'll try to send out another email about how to give online, and maybe we'll have a little short video from Rob this Sunday about giving. So we just need to continue to do that, continue to drop in your checks. We still are working, still getting things done. Talk a little bit about how we could check in on our members, Bev, if you don't mind.
Well, you know, we have the Breeze app. So if most everybody, I believe, is in that app. And there's, I know when I was delivering some food the other day, I went to the app and just clicked on the address down there, and it took me right to their house. You know, it's such a handy tool. We can get addresses, we can get phone numbers, email addresses. So please just check in. Pardon me?
You might say it's a breeze to use.
It's a breeze to use the Breeze app. So if you have, I know Breeze went through some changes back in the winter, and some people had a hard time getting back on. So if you're having any trouble connecting, let David or I know, and we'll help you get on. But because it really is, especially through these times, a way that we can stay connected. So, but you know, if I would encourage the care groups, the leaders of the care groups and people in the care groups to touch base with your care group members periodically. So I send out a little, we do prayer requests at our care group, and I usually try to send out an email with specific prayer requests for that group, so that they have a list that they can look at and pray for. So, you know, something like that, or just contact them, you know, and just make sure everybody's doing okay. And if you have any other prayer requests, please send them to me or David, and we'll add them to the list and circulate those. And we'll just try to keep up with everybody. But if you have a prayer request or a need, if you need somebody to shop for you, we have people that have volunteered to do that, you know, so don't just sit and think you don't have anybody, because you do. You have a whole family of people. Yeah, so.
Absolutely, Belle. Well, moving on, I know birthdays are a big thing, and we've had several people with birthdays this past week. I know a lot of people get together and have celebrations, go to Cancun and get the whipped cream on your nose. It's always one of my favorites. But I see that you've listed a lot of folks that had birthdays this past week and birthdays coming up. I'll just run this down just really quick. Shout out to Evan Houston with his birthday, and Scarlett West and Jeffrey Andrews. Have you been checking out Jeffrey and the music videos?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Jeffrey is quite talented in other ways that we didn't even know.
He is. He definitely is. Daryl Bates had a birthday. Ralph Houston. And
Yeah.
something about a chocolate cake that Maureen made.
Did you see that cake she put on Facebook? It looked amazing.
I did, and I was jealous of it. Why didn't I get a piece? And then, of course, we got Romy Sensing that had a birthday. Man, there's lots of things going on. Then I noticed that you got birthdays coming up this week. Daryl Robertson, his birthday, is it today?
Yep, today. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Shout out to Daryl. Daryl, I would sing happy birthday to you, but I've got a scratchy throat. So,
It's a good thing.
yes, and who else is having a birthday today? Yeah, watch it, Bev.
Fiona, I saw Fiona's having a birthday today. So Hannah Hines' little girl Fiona turned 3 today. She's precious. So happy birthday, Fiona.
Well, good. Annie Jacobic and Heather Tippett's coming up, and Vicky Roller. Vicky Roller, is she still having birthdays?
I think so.
Okay.
She's younger than me.
Millie Boone. Wow, sweet little Millie. Lori Cayley, Lily Robertson. Man, there's lots of things. So lots of great.
That's just the next week. So we'll try to keep those updated as we go along. So, yeah.
Well, what about Billy Humphrey? Didn't he give you some tips on about how to stay healthy and clean and safe and all that?
He did. He saw an article that said that when you're pumping gas, be sure to use a paper towel or a plastic bag or something to not touch the pump.
Hey, Susie, come here for a second. If you don't mind, Susie, this is really important for you to hear about Billy saying about how to pump gas. The next time we're at the Shell station and you get out and pump gas, make sure that you stay safe.
Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir.
That's right. That's right. Use a plastic bag or a paper towel or something. Don't touch that nozzle.
Got
Do
that,
not touch
Susie? All right. At ease. All right. Well, why don't you close up, Bev, just with a quick word about our country and all of our workers.
Yes. You know, this virus is something none of us have ever experienced before, anything like it. And, you know, our president is it's a wonder he's still standing, but he is diligently trying to do the right thing for our country. He has an amazing staff and the medical professionals that are helping him make those decisions. You know, my heart goes out to them every single day when they're doing those meetings and trying to keep us informed and trying to keep us safe. So please remember them and pray for them. Pray for our governor and his staff as well, and the people that are advising him. You know, these are not easy decisions. You know, when you try to do one thing, you have another thing that happens, you know, so you have to prayerfully, you know, consider all your options and just make the best decision that you can. So I know we're all rooting for him. We're all wanting to be back to a normal life, and that he will do that at the right time. So that's on my heart, and I want us to remember to pray for him, pray for all of the people, pray for our nurses and doctors and people that are putting themselves in harm's way every day to try to contain this. There's so many others. I mean, even I see people that are cleaning the hospitals, you know. I mean, there are so many services that tie in with hospitals and keeping us fed, and there's just so many things that people go out each day and put their lives on the line for us. So what we can do is stay in. Sorry, that was a dog.
That's all right. That's all right.
What we can do is stay in and do our part to self-quarantine. And when the time is right, we'll all be able to get back together and hug each other. And I miss you all so much. And just keep Stony, especially in our prayers. We know that he's going out every day, and he's kind of on the front lines of the emergency people coming in at Vanderbilt. So keep him in your prayers. And I know we have others that do the same thing, but Stony just comes to mind because I'm kind of in contact with them more. But please keep everyone in your prayers that are going out every day and working, that have essential jobs, that those of us that can stay home, it's an inconvenience, but we're blessed, you know. So yeah, so that's all I have to say.
Well, Bev, thank you so much. Appreciate all your hard work. Western Hills, we do love you. We do miss you. We will be back. We will be back sooner rather than later. There is no doubt about that. And we will see you. But this is Dave Estes from Fairview, Bev Kimmelger from Scottsboro. It's been Live with Dave and Bev. From our hearts to you, we love you.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great night. Bye-bye. See you later.